It's Tuesday, May 7. We trust you had a safe and enjoyable weekend and holiday. Here's what's making the news today. Guyana is currently participating in the largest oil and gas trade show in the world, the Offshore Technology Conference, OTC 2019, and is well represented by a number of private and public agencies.
We're emerging as an oil and gas nation, and we've had little or no experience in this area. The opportunity to come here is largely to bring businesses from Guyana to get exposure for knowledge awareness and for a better understanding what happens in the industry, what is the value chain, and who know the major players in the industry. After that, the next opportunity is for them to network with some of the businesses in the industry so they can open doors of opportunities that are there.
With this in mind, a partnership was forged between GoInvest and Georgetown Chamber of Commerce and Industry to take over 20 businesses to the conference being held in Houston, Texas.
Everybody that's come here, including the people that built the topside for the first FPSO, are extremely enthusiastic about Guyana. People are making plans based on our meetings here today to come down to Guyana. And I would say that we have generated a significant amount of interest in Guyana.
This interest is owed to Guyana being new to the oil and gas sector, while boasting high projections and serious prospects for development and investment.
Based on the traffic flow, I think the first day has been really successful. You have a lot of people talking, networking, learning, visiting our booth, and finding out a lot more about Guyana, this new frontier for the oil industry. And I think that the energy again has been extremely positive, and we're going to see a lot of partnerships starting to happen.
Being largely unknown by the rest of the world prior to our multiple oil discoveries, it goes without saying that many of the businesses present would have burning questions about tapping into the Guyana market.
There's a lot of interest in our market, and what we were able to do as a delegation that includes both government and private sector is answer questions of how to enter the Guyanese market. And I think that is going to be kind of the tipping point for firms who were on the fence.
Reporting for InfoHub, Nikosi Bruce.
The government of Guyana signed a memorandum of understanding with the National Service of Geology and Mining, Republic of Chile. The memorandum provides a framework for the exchange of scientific and technical knowledge concerning earth sciences and mining.
The signing took place in Santiago, Chile on Monday. The MOU was signed between Minister of Natural Resources Rafael Trotman and Chile's Minister of Mining Baldo Pecurica. The memorandum provides a framework for the exchange of scientific technical knowledge with respect to earth sciences and mining, and the extension of scientific and technical capabilities of the Guyana Geology and Mines Commission and Chile's National Service of Geology and Mining. Before the signing, Minister of Natural Resources Rafael Trotman met with Chile's Minister of Foreign Affairs Carolina Valdivia. During the meeting, both ministers praised the continued strong bilateral relations shared by Guyana and Chile. Both parties also highlighted the upcoming COP25 summit on December 2nd and 13th to be hosted in Santiago, an event that demonstrates the role Chile plays in climate change. The signing of this MOU brings to fruition areas discussed when His Excellency President David Granger visited Chile 2 years ago. We look to Chile as a good example for productive and safe mining practices and how the proceeds of mining can be utilized for benefit of the citizens. This relationship between Guyana and Chile will benefit our people immensely, and we can look to no better example than Chile of how to do it properly, says Minister Trotman. Chile's Minister of Mining, Baldo Pecurica, says his country is pleased to be able to share its knowledge and expertise with Guyana. He says, "We are very interested in signing this agreement and for the collaboration, especially in geological services." Under this memorandum, there will be exchanges of technical information, visits, participation in training courses, conferences, symposia, the exchange of professional geoscientists in areas of mutual interest, and any other cooperative research consistent with programs of the parties. For InfoHub, Felicia Valenzuela.
A key bridge at Yupukari in the central Rupununi, which links several villages in the area, was recently destroyed in what is suspected to be the work of arsonists. According to an article in the Guyana Chronicle, Regional Executive Officer of the Upper Takatu, Upper Essequibo region, Carl Parker, said he was informed of the incident on Sunday by the village leader of Yupukari. He said the wooden bridge, termed the Yupukari No. 2 bridge, was burnt flat and all its columns were destroyed. Parker said a superintendent of works from the regional office visited the site and it was observed that some old pieces of wood, which were left discarded from previous works, were left untouched. A contract to the tune of $15 million has been crafted for emergency works to be undertaken at the site. Parker said the new structure will be built with concrete, mainly the support structure. Minister of Indigenous Peoples Affairs Sidney Allicock said the government has no intention of stopping persons from mining. However, he urged that it be done in a safe and environmentally friendly manner.
Minister Allicock was speaking at a community engagement at the Parabara village in the deep South Rupununi, Region 9. He said, while the industry was considered to be among the largest lucrative industries in Guyana and contributes significantly to the country's gross domestic product, there is a need for balancing the benefits of mining with that of preventing harm to the environment.
The idea is to get things in order. We have what we call the extractive industry. That is timber, gold, diamond, bauxite, semi-precious stones, things like that. It's not that we do not want these things, but it must be done properly, done in order. There are rules and laws that govern these things.
Parabara has a population of over 160 Wapichan and Wai people that depend heavily on mining for their livelihoods. There are about 3 mining areas, including Marudi, close to the village. Senior engineer of the Guyana Geology and Mines Commission, Trevor Hurry, provided an update on the Commission's enforcement operation at Marudi. He clarified that the idea is not to stop mining, but to have an organized and strategic approach on how mining is conducted in the area.
It's not to stop mining, and I know these persons will return for employment. It's just that the areas close off a bit until it's organized properly, and then I know they'll return for employment. So just to let you know, it's a collective effort. It's not GGMC or GGMC the police also. It's a collective effort, and all stakeholders are involved.
It was also emphasized that only those miners with mining permits will be allowed to operate in the area. Further, the Parabara Village Council was reminded that the GGMC is the only authorized body to give mining permission to that area. For InfoHub, Kippany Jordan.
Still to come, parents urged to become examples for their children and consultations on the Amerindian Act hosted in Region 2. The details when we return.
Are you ready to embark on a truly epic adventure to an undiscovered corner of South America, where some of the most spectacular natural attractions are unveiled within a beautifully diverse landscape? From the wetlands and savannas to the ancient mountains, magnificent waterways and lush enriching rainforest would provide a vast playground for some of the most exotic and breathtaking creatures on the planet, including many of the world's giant species. This untouched land of mystery and wonder serves up an exclusive experience for travelers. So are you ready for a new, awe-inspiring adventure? Welcome back to nature. Welcome to Guyana.
Welcome back. First Lady Sandra Granger says parents must demonstrate the values and virtues that they wish to see their children emulate, which can contribute to the development of a more cohesive society.
The First Lady made the call on Monday during the Salvation Army's Women Ministry Annual Fun Fair hosted at the Guyana Girls Guide Ground under the theme Today's Children, Tomorrow's Leaders.
A child who grows up surrounded by violence, whether it is physical, verbal, and or psychological, will believe that violence is normal and acceptable. A child taught to be disciplined will recognize the value of rules and regulations.
The First Lady also underscored the importance of education to a child's development as it impacts directly on his or her ability to be a productive citizen.
They must be literate and numerate. They must be able to communicate clearly with their friends and colleagues, their fellow workers and supervisors. They must have knowledge of information and communication technology, which is playing an increasingly significant role in our lives. They must learn to protect our resources so our country may develop sustainably.
The annual fair aims to raise funds for the Salvation Army School Feeding Program. Neola Damon, InfoHub.
The second round of consultations on the 2006 Amerindian Act was held in Region 2 as the government remains committed to its promise made to ensuring indigenous rights.
The government of Guyana, your government, is very serious when it comes to indigenous rights.
Member of Parliament Mervyn Williams. MP Williams spoke with residents of indigenous communities in Region 2, Pomeroon-Suriname, following 2 days of consultations on the 2006 Amerindian Act No. 6 at Lake Mainstay. On day one, the communities met with the independent attorney contracted by the Ministry of Indigenous Peoples Affairs, who acted on their behalf, answering any questions or queries they may have with regards to the 2006 Amerindian Act.
I'm happy to be at this forum today.
Among the issues raised, the lessening of control and final say on matters by the subject minister, a change in the term and meaning of resident as it pertains to benefits in the Act, an indigenous health institution, and the name Amerindian in the Act to be replaced with the name indigenous. As day one wrapped up, the communities were told by Martin Chang, Special Advisor to the Minister, that this was not the final stop, as when they returned to their villages, if they had further concerns, they could write to the Ministry's Secretariat.
Delighted to see the kind of support we're getting from the communities. As you would have noticed, for the past 2 days we had 100% participation from the communities. It's very expensive to do consultations with the communities individually. So what we have done, we have consultations at central areas, and we bring communities, the surrounding communities, to that central point. And in some instances we had communities who on the first occasion of the consultation with them weren't comfortable with the time limit they had, and some of them said they were not adequately prepared. So we did commit to them, or we committed to them, that we will try to come back and to have another consultation with them. And the Region 2 consultation that we had in the past 2 days was as a result of the request made last year.
We spoke to the participants of the consultation, and this is what they had to say.
For me, it was open, and we had a couple of minutes and hours to get the recommendation up that we have presented. But I think it's still open. We could submit our recommendation in later date in writing to the Ministry of Indigenous Peoples Affairs.
The consultation, it was very fruitful. We got over some things that we had really want to get over to the lawyer, and for they to put it together for us. And I think it's been well.
It was a very worthwhile and fruitful effort. We need to have some changes in the Act. There are some things we as Tushos would like to see included.
From Lake Mainstay Resort in Region 2, along with videographer Kareem Peters, Felicia Valenzuela, InfoHub. With the expected May-June rains, InfoHub gathered information from the Hydromet office highlighting the weather pattern over the next 3 days.
On Wednesday, May 8, intermittent rain and thunder showers with overcast skies, with rainfall expected between 50 and 100 millimeters, with the maximum being over regions 6 and 9. On Thursday, May 9th, the weather remains the same as Wednesday. For Friday, May 10th, it is predicted that there will be some change with frequent showers, with cloudy to overcast skies and rainfall expected between 25 and 60 millimeters, with the maximum being over regions 6 and 9. These conditions may cause flooding and landslides over regions 7 through 10 and southern region 6. As such, the Hydromet office is advising persons living in these areas to take the necessary precautions. InfoHub will continue to provide the daily weather forecast.
That's all for this evening. Connect with us on WhatsApp, like and subscribe to our Facebook page for notifications, and subscribe to our website for more stories. You can also follow us on Instagram for updates. Your bridge and weather reports are up next. Goodbye.